I'm Z Revere, Zeahreviere. I'm freshly graduated from Live Oak High School as of Friday. I don't know how many days ago that was. And I've been performing since I was 4. It all started when my mom, I guess, was like, "You're signing up for dance," and I could not stop her because I was 4. And then dance turned into cheer. I did that for 3 years, and then cheer turned into dance for my elementary school. And then that turned into my music teacher saying, "Hey, I've got this team. We spin flags at the high school. You should try it out." And I was like, "Of course I will," because she was like my favorite person at the time. And that turned into me doing it for about 6 to 7 years. I competed with the junior high team, and I competed with the high school. And then somewhere along those lines, I was like, "Oh, I like dancing around so much. Why don't I just dance with some words?" And then I started acting. It originally started because I had a few friends that were in talented theater at the time, and I was like, "Man, this has been something I've been looking at for a handful of years. Why don't I just sign up?" So I went through all the paperwork and stuff with the talented theater program. I got screened by Miss Courtney, my lovely director, and the school board. And little fun fact, I ended up being screened by the same lady that did my gifted screening like 10 years prior, and it was a little full circle moment. And then I got in. I had started off with my film because I do cosplay, and I've cosplayed for a lot of years, more than I could count on probably one hand. And I met the director while he was also in cosplay for one of the comics he had just written. And a few weeks later, he had messaged me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey, you look very similar to our main actress, and we need a body double for her. Would you like to do it?" And I was like, "Of course I would. I've been dreaming about this since just about the time probably I started dancing." It was extremely difficult to navigate all 3, but it was easier than I expected in some aspects, but overall it was genuinely more difficult because doing all 3 of them individually was incredibly easy. I already knew how to do all the stuff I was doing for school. I already knew how to do all the stuff I was doing for work. The only new thing really was acting just in front of a camera this time. I can be seen from all angles. Doing all 3 of them at the same time, however, was extremely difficult because I didn't have my time management skills that I do now. And so trying to do all of them at the same time was like, "Oh, well, I'll have this that day, this that day, this that day," and sometimes I'd even have all of them in the same day. And it would leave me no time to do stuff for me, like eating, sleeping, taking a shower. And so it was extremely difficult to keep up myself while doing all those things at the same time, but I'm still here, so I did it. Yes. It definitely, doing all 3 of those things, it definitely, will not lie, gave me a holier than thou complex from time to time occasionally, because I was like, you know what, I have full right to do A, B, or X. I do all of this stuff, I should do this for me. And it definitely made me feel more confident in my plans for the future because I'm always a very busy lady. And I do intend to do more difficult things as I grow up, but it definitely helped me set my limits for this is how much I can handle at one time, and this is how much stress I can take. And so it definitely set me up for being able to handle bigger and better things in the future while also knowing when is when. It was kind of difficult, albeit it was less difficult at times because I had kind of already like partied hard, for lack of better words, through like my freshman through like the first half of my junior year. And so I finally hit a point where I was like, okay, it is time for me to start getting more serious about what I'd like to do. However, through the process, like I missed my senior prank my senior year because I was working and I was doing all this other stuff. And by the time I had gotten home at like I think 3 p.m., which was extremely uncommon for me because normally I go to sleep at like 11, I was like, I don't think I can move my legs. Like if I don't eat and go to sleep now, I'm gonna wake up for the other thing that I have to do tomorrow morning and be exhausted. So it was a bit sad because I wasn't able to be a kid to like as long as I could for the experience extent. But honestly, I wouldn't trade it for because the life skills I feel I earned were more structurally important than what I could have been doing. But it did kind of suck. I took prioritizing at each task was more of a side of doing things when I got told I needed to do them. So like normally I'd be like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and then I gotta do this other thing. And 2 of them would be like time sensitive and the other one wouldn't be as time sensitive. And so like say I had to do my laundry, and rather than doing it when I had the free time right now and there, I'd just kind of put it off. And then 3 weeks later, my laundry's still not done, and I have 4 things to do tomorrow, and I have no clothes for any of them. So It's definitely a matter of doing things when I get told I need to do them rather than putting them off for later, because yes, I have free time later, but I'm going to do the same thing I always do and go, oh look, free time, let's schedule something right there. I've definitely accomplished all of the above goals, whether it was a bit of a rocky roller coaster to get there or not, because I graduated with honors in one of the top of my class. I had so many courses, honestly, I lost count of what they all meant. I now not only have this job that I'm flourishing in, but I just got a second job to fill in all of, I guess, the free time that I lost from filming. Do as I say unless I do, I guess. And with filming, the movie should be done right around October, so I'll be able to sit back and look at all the hard work that I put in.